Lillian sat nervously across from the elderly family doctor she had known since childhood. Her baby, Laura, rested in her arms. But Lillian's mind was a storm of fear and doubt. The doctor looked just as confused. He flipped through the genotype test results again, shaking his head in disbelief. "I've never heard of this before," he muttered. "If your husband is AA and you are AS, then your child should either be AA or AS. Are you absolutely sure your husband isn't also AS?" Lillian swallowed hard. "I'm sure, doctor. We tested again when we discovered baby Laura had sickle cell. There's no mistake." Her voice trembled. "But now, my husband, he's accusing me of cheating. I would go to any length to prove my innocence." The doctor sighed and stared down at the papers like they might suddenly rearrange themselves into sense. "This is confusing," he admitted. "I have checked these results over and over again, and they are correct." Lillian's voice cracked. "What do I do? What could explain this?" The doctor paused, brow knitted in deep thought. "Where did you give birth?" "The same hospital I've been using for years," she replied, distracted, her mind spinning. He leaned back slowly, eyes narrowing. "I could be wrong, but there might be a possibility that this isn't your child." Lillian's heart dropped. "What? How? Why would you say that?" "You said it yourself," he replied gently. "You and your husband are always amazed at Laura's complexion and features. They don't resemble either of you." Lillian shook her head in disbelief. "Yes, we noticed. But children don't always look like their parents. It doesn't mean anything." "I think," the doctor continued carefully, "there's a chance your baby was switched at the hospital. A possibility, however, unlikely." "Switched?" Lillian repeated, her voice trembling. "You're saying this baby might not be mine?" Her arms tightened protectively around Laura as fear pulsed through her. The doctor didn't answer immediately. He simply held her gaze, his expression heavy with unspoken truth. 1 week later, Lillian sat in Dr. David's office, the man who had delivered her baby. Her impatience pulsed through the room. She'd already waited over 30 minutes. Baby Laura was with a friend, and Lillian had promised to return quickly. But time felt like it was slipping away. "Doctor, have you found anything?" she asked sharply. Dr. David sifted through the files, with slow, deliberate movements, his face unreadable. "I deliver a lot of babies every day," he began, but Lillian cut him off. "I remember that night clearly, doctor. There was a woman in the room before I was wheeled in. She too was pregnant, but I was in so much pain, I didn't think much of it. But I remember her. I just can't recall her face." Her voice hovered between fear and dawning realization. Could that woman be the key to what happened? Could it be there was a mistake and my baby was switched with hers? Dr. David finally looked up. "It's been months since you delivered. Honestly, I can't remember whether you had a girl or a boy, and there's no record that shows the sex of the child you had." Lillian's eyes widened. "How can you say that? I've had 3 children in this hospital, including Laura. How can you not know the sex of my baby? And how can there be no record? This reek of incompetence." Dr. David remained calm, but his words ignited something furious in her. "Madam, this is all speculation. Do you have proof? I deal with facts, and all I have are these test results." He tapped the file. "Yes, you've done your genotype test 3 times, and yes, they are correct. But sometimes these things don't tell the whole story." "I'm not stupid, doctor," Lillian snapped. "I've done the genotype test 3 times, but that's not all." She took a breath that shook with emotion. "I ran a DNA test. The child is not mine, and she's not my husband either." The doctor's eyes flew open. Sweat began to bead across his forehead. He grabbed a small towel and wiped it hastily. He tried to compose himself. "There's no need to get agitated, madam," he said quietly, pulling out a file. "Here is your chart. It says you delivered a healthy baby, but it doesn't indicate whether it was a boy or a girl. That was most likely a mistake by the nurse on duty." Lillian's blood ran cold. "A mistake? Who was the nurse? Can I speak to her?" Dr. David hesitated, flipping back to his signature. "It was Nurse Clarity. Her name is here." Lillian's mind raced. Then why did she omit the baby's sex? Was she careless, or... Her voice trailed off as suspicion tightened her chest. "Where can I find her? I need to talk to her." Dr. David's expression shifted. Dark, cautious. "Nurse Clarity is no longer employed here. She resigned the day after your delivery." Lillian's eyes narrowed. "She resigned? Why?" "She probably found a better offer elsewhere," he muttered, eyes avoiding hers. Lillian's pulse quickened. "Isn't it suspicious that she left right after my delivery. You can't tell me that's normal. The doctor's tone hardened. Madam, I can't share personal details with you. Her departure is her business, and we have no reason to believe it has anything to do with your case. Lillian's frustration erupted. You expect me to believe that? This is my child we're talking about, and you are telling me it's nothing? You need to help me, or I'll go to the police. Dr. David stayed firm. We are a reputable hospital. We stand by our record. If you want to escalate this, that's your choice. But we've done nothing wrong. Lillian rose sharply, anger blazing through her. Nothing wrong? I think you've done plenty, and I'll make sure the police hear every detail. She stormed out, the hospital suddenly feeling colder, darker. The doctor, the nurse, the missing records, everything was tangled. But she knew one thing: she would not stop until she uncovered the truth. Chioma sat in the living room, the silence around her broken only by birds chirping outside. Lillian had left her husband, and her sons were staying with her husband's sister. Every night Lillian's husband returned drunk, singing, stumbling into his flat. Chioma felt sad for him, but she couldn't tell the truth. What happens to her if she revealed the truth about stealing their child? It would only ruin things further, her life included. Life tested everyone, and Lillian's husband was facing his own storms. Chioma had faced hers too. She once longed for a male child, and she had changed her story. And now she was content with her husband and children. But sometimes, the past crawled back into her sleep. She had nightmares. Lillian running through endless hallways, searching for her baby. Sometimes, she found the child. Sometimes, she didn't. Each time Chioma woke up shaken, she'd go to her son's crib and check him, just to be sure he was still there. There was no way Lillian would ever uncover the truth. The nurse had resigned, moved far away, left behind a fake address. The case was sealed. There was no going back. A sudden heavy knock jerked Chioma from her thoughts. Open! It's me, your neighbor. The slurred voice made her freeze. She was alone. Her husband had taken the children out for snacks after church. Chioma hesitated, then approached the door. Lillian's husband staggered in, eyes bloodshot, alcohol heavy on his breath. I don't have anything to eat. He slurred, sinking into the sofa. But I'm not hungry. Chioma frowned. You're drunk. He nodded pitifully. I miss her. I miss my wife. I miss my Lillian. His voice cracked. Chioma stood still, unsure what to say. How can I help you? He lifted his head, eyes glassy. Was I wrong? Should I have believed her explanations, but the baby girl, the sickle cell, it's not possible. She must have cheated on me, right? I'm right, right? Please, you need to leave. My family will be home soon. I don't want them to see you here. Chioma's voice shook in fear, guilt, and trembling. Advise me, please, she pleaded. I've lost everything. My wife, my kids. I don't want to regret it. Should I take her back? Even if she might have cheated. A chill rippled through Chioma. She didn't know what to say. He stared at her, waiting for an answer. Then his gaze drifted to the photos on the table. He picked up one with trembling fingers. It was the photo of her son, who just turned 6 months old. This baby looks exactly like my first son at this age, he murmured. Chioma's heart lurched. She snatched the picture quickly. Please leave. Please, go, she said, her voice tight. Lillian's husband looked wounded, confused. I'm sorry. I'm just lonely. Lillian and my kids. I miss them. Chioma walked to the door and opened it. Goodbye. He finally stumbled out. As soon as Lillian's husband left her house, she fell to the ground and placing her palms on her head. She is sobbing hard. Guilt and fear crashed against her heart like the waves of the sea. Later, Lillian stood in front of the nurse's supposed apartment. 2 weeks of searching, dead ends everywhere. She had even paid a hospital cleaner for information, and now, after everything, she discovered nothing. The nurse was gone. But something in the dusty window caught her attention. A calendar. A page pinned behind it. An obituary. She moved closer, her breath catching. Madame Eugenia Ikwe, aged 86. Survived by Alphonsus Ikwe, Albert Ikwe, and Clarity Ikwe. That was Nurse Clarity's full name. Lillian froze. The connection hit her like lightning. A slow, fierce smile crept across her face. For the first time in days, hope warmed her chest. When one door closes, another opens, she whispered. She pulled a pen and paper from her bag and quickly jotted the information down. Finally, she had a lead. The truth was getting closer. Chioma stepped out of the house with her children, carrying her baby boy in her arms. Kamsi pulled the front door shut and secured the padlock. I hope the air conditioner was turned off, Chioma asked, shifting the baby's weight on her hip. Yes, Auntie, Kamsi replied quickly. Just then, Lillian's husband appeared at the gate with his 2 sons following behind him. The boys looked worn out, clothes slightly crumpled, faces tired, eyes dull with sadness. Neighbor, he greeted softly. Good afternoon. Chioma answered, her tone stiff. I see you on your way out, he said, glancing at the children. We are, she replied, keeping her voice cool. I really want to apologize for the other day, for barging into your home. I was overwhelmed. Still am. He added with a heavy sigh. It's fine, Chioma said quickly, ready to end the conversation. You guys are heading somewhere? He asked, trying to make small talk. Yes, we are going to a birthday party, Chioma's eldest daughter blurted out excitedly. A birthday party? Lillian's older son lifted his head, interest flickering in his eyes. Yes, and it's going to be so much fun. You can come with us if you want. Chioma's second daughter, Chloe, added enthusiastically. Chioma snapped her a sharp look. That's not your decision to make, dear. You don't know if they have plans. Lillian's husband hesitated, then said, We were actually going to the restaurant down the road for lunch. But if it's okay with you, maybe they could join your kids. Yay! Chloe squealed. Chioma mentally noted to correct her later. She turned to Lillian's husband, her polite smile tight and strained. No, please, take them to the restaurant as planned, she said firmly. They've been so sad lately, he continued, ignoring her tone. They miss their mother. A change of environment might help. Please, let them go. I'm sure they will enjoy the party. Please, Mommy, let them come, Chioma's eldest daughter begged. Chioma shot her a warning glare. The girl immediately straightened up and nudged Chloe, who didn't catch on quickly enough. Mommy, the party is for everyone, Chloe insisted. That's what Chika's mommy said. She even told us she didn't invite many people because she's new in Lagos. Before Chioma could respond, Lillian's sons drifted closer, standing right beside her children, as if silently asking for acceptance. Listen, Chioma said, her patience unraveling. We can't take them. After the party, we are visiting Auntie Angela, and after that, I have choir practice. But you don't go to choir practice anymore, Chloe whined loudly. Chioma clenched her teeth so hard her jaw throbbed. She struggled to keep her composure. She turned back to Lillian's husband with a forced smile. I'm sorry, but I can't take your kids today. My husband doesn't know about this, and he may not be comfortable. Our schedule after the party is tight, and I don't want them getting tired or you worrying. Maybe another time. Lillian's husband nodded slowly, disappointment pulling down his features. His younger son's face crumpled, and he began to cry softly. Chioma turned toward the gate without another word, heading to the car parked outside. Her children followed quietly. She didn't look back.